Yo guys, what's going on? Joel here, and today we're going over the map Shoreline for you new people to the game. Here we go. Alright, so the first thing you'll notice is I take my helmet and armor off just to ensure that I'm actually wearing it. And then my next thing usually is to stab myself in the arm with an SJ6 TG Lab Stem. It gives you plus 50 max stamina recovery and increases your max stamina plus 50. This is a good spawn. There are spawns close to it, which we'll find out here in a second. But this is probably one of the best spawns other than the one that is to my right. And so we're just headed straight up there because we want to do a big style, get some good gameplay. But unfortunately, as we're running up here, there's a guy who shoots at us with the nose, and thankfully he misses. But you'll see me mess around with my D-ball flashlight slash laser combo. I like to turn on the infrared because it works as a laser. It just doesn't like give off the laser signature. So that's one really cool tip about it. So it gives you the overall accuracy and whatnot. This is probably not the best choice of me to do that. So here I am running away because as long range, I have a VSS, pretty much a sniper for across the street, which that guy was not across the street. So we're just going to proceed here into the resort. Always be careful of scavs right here. They do tend to spawn quite a bit, especially when there's players on the side of the map. Then they'll generally spawn right where you saw that guy just drop. We're going to head into the admin building of the resort, which is in the middle of east and west side. This is the middle building. It has a computer room and a pool table room. Those are very powerful rooms if you can manage to get in there. You can see people cross balconies, and overall it's just a really good spot to be in. So I'm fairly confident at this point that I am the first one in the resort. So here I'm kind of just running about. About to pop some painkillers here. It's always good to pre-painkiller in case somebody blacks out your leg. Or fractures it for that matter. You don't want to be hobbling around while they're shooting at you on steady feet. It's always good to pre-painkiller. Just always do it. I highly recommend it. Saved my ass a lot of times, and I know it saved a lot of other people. But here we are now, opening 107, I believe. Possible LEDX spawn in here, but I've yet to find it. One day, Nikita, please. But I grabbed some power meds. They're very good to collect piles of meds because 5 of them trade for sugar. Sugar sells for 50k-ish, and you can also use it to craft moonshine. Now you see me peeking out these windows. Players can run up there from the mountain. Luckily, well, unfortunately rather, there were no players coming up from there, so we move on. Going to the big boy room. 222, I believe. There is a potential LEDX spawn in here as well. So we open the door up, and what do we find? Nothing. Nice golden star. Fancy. So this room's pretty good. Stuff can spawn on that shelf right there. DVLs can spawn in that little weapon cabinet. And Tetrises can spawn on that table. And always check this box right here. The box contains very valuable loot. Sometimes it won't at all. But here I am just taking stuff to fill the bag up. Always check the nade box too. The more nades the merrier, especially when you're trying to, let's say, get away from somebody. You could use grenades as great cover. In this instant, I happen to take a smoke grenade. You'll see what happens with that later. But yeah, here we are packing mags. Always got to keep the VSS fed with those bullets because it burns through them like nobody's business. So now we're up to the 3rd floor of the east side. There's a couple good rooms up here, I'd say. Side effects just wore off. You saw those little, it looked like tunnel vision. We got those side effects from the blue stimulant. So we're walking down here. We're about to check a couple rooms. This room is 316 I'm about to open. Just kidding, I lied. I think I heard somebody then. So I did hear someone as a matter of fact. So we're going to check it out. Not being too aggressive because you never know what the other person has. So we're kind of just sneaking about. Just remember, about everything you do in this game, people can hear if they have the trained ear for it. So even when I'm crouched slow walking, people can hear it. Even when I ADS like that, people can well hear it. And at this point, I'm pretty sure someone else is in the east side of the resort with me. So I'm just being very careful, trying to get some information at where he might be, and hopefully take him out. Now at this point, I'm pretty sure that I heard him on the second floor. So here I am jiggle peeking a little bit. That's when I'm moving side to side, trying to peek a hallway. So here I go, checking an admin into that computer room. Sometimes you can see through the windows, sometimes you can't. A frag goes off there. So there's my guy. So over there. So here I go. I'm going back up to the third floor since I got a little bit more information. And I figured I could get the elevation. So without a hesitation, I sprint across, go up the stairs, and here we are, back up on the third floor, sneaking about. At this point, I'm confident that he is at least on the second floor, like in the middle of the second floor hallway. So I move above him just to double check that he's not on third, because the sound can be a little weird in this game. Now I'm feeling a little uncertain on myself. The sound did sound kind of weird, like I just said. So I wasn't sure if he was on the third floor with me. So here I am just sweeping the hallway. Seems to be clear. But then itself gets mowed down. That's what happens when you run around corners. You should always either slow peek a corner or at least not run. Because when you run, your gun's put down. So he fractured my arm in this case. So I'm just going to be cool, calm, and collective. Go into a room. This is 310. Pretty good room. Either you get a Bitcoin or you get nothing. So I'm going to splint up. Armor kind of saved me a little bit, but not really. And we're going to continue on with the raid here. Once I get all fixed up, I want to sit here, listen to see if he had a buddy or anything. Because there were grenades previously, and now there's no sign of any movement. So I'm feeling a little bit confident enough to loot this room, make a little noise. Once again, pack my mags. Maybe that's just the me habit, but I always have to have my mags topped off as much as I can, because you never know when you're going to get in a huge firefight that might run all of your mags dry. Then you really be kicking yourself in the ass when you're out of ammo, or you're with your buddies and you're like, I'm out of ammo. But yep, so we're gonna continue on. I'm gonna sweep down this hallway, check the rooms, just in case that there maybe is a buddy. So we're gonna go down here, go across the balcony, and continue to sweep the rest of the third floor. This room right here is very good. I found the majority of my LEDXs in it, As we'll see here, this is 314 on the east side. So here's a beautiful LED-X. LED-X's are probably they are the most expensive item in the game for single slot. So we grab that, run a little bit, slow out, see if we hear anything. Jiggle peek the doors left and right. It's kind of like crossing the street. You always gotta make sure that you look both ways before you come out, just in case someone's maybe holding the doorway, holding the hallway. You always just want to make sure. And then this room right here, this is 316. I don't believe I found anything good in it on this run, but you can find thermal sights, suppressors, scopes. I'd highly recommend getting this key. It's not the most expensive. That key would be East 316. So once again, jiggle peeking out of the doors, making a little bit more noise this go about, because I'm fairly confident no one else is in the east side, especially on the 3rd floor. So here I go. I get a little confident. I check the stairwell, because you never know if someone's sitting in the corner. Once again, you'll see that little red infrared, and that's my laser. It gives me the accuracy bonus, so that's pretty dope. So here we are. We just cleared the 3rd floor, so I'm feeling a little good about myself, the situation. So one more check down the long hallway. We're gonna loot this guy. Luck have it be that this guy had a VSS as well, and I just happened to get the first shot. So, you know, that's what happens when you run around the corner. And thinking back, since the guy's pockets has 2 empty slots from the left to the right, he was the guy who threw those grenades. So, that's our tango down, boys. At this point, after he's dead, I'm fairly confident that no one is in the east wing with me, so I'm going to go ahead over to 306 on the east side. It's a decent room. You can find flash drives in the computer. There's a DVL spawn, rare item spawn in that little drawer right there. So I'm just going to take the time to heal up while I have the free time to do it. So I'm going to do that and get all well and good. So at this point, I'm thinking what I can do to conserve some space in my inventory. So here I am finding a nice little hiding spot. Since this guy had the same exact helmet as me, throw mine since it was insured. And I'll get mine back in insurance. And I haven't said this already, but when I'm unlocking doors, I like to always shut the doors behind me just to make people use up a little bit of their time. So if they think a door is shut, like, oh, I'm going to go unlock it, they go there, and it's opened already, and it kind of throws them in a loop. Here's a prime example of a scav with an aimbot on me with the smoke grenade. Yeah, just look away really quick. Best smoke grenade ever. But,
so, what do we got here?
We'll continue. Aimbot scav must die. So there he goes there. And we're going to loot this lazy scav. I've always, lazy scavs are good to check. They can have anything from crappy cigarettes to Bitcoin. So they pretty much have a crazy loot pool. So if there are lazy scavs, as I like to call them, or they're just dead static scavs, I like to check them. Just checking my hallways and stuff before I open this 205 room on the east side. Home to 3 weapons crates, a med bag, and a rare spawn in the drawer. As we see there, we get a nice little gold chain and a gold skull ring. So we're going to take those. Nom nom nom. While I'm chilling out, it's always good to replenish your hydration and energy, because it could come back to bite you in the ass. You might be in an intense fight or trying to get somewhere, and then you realize you have like 3 energy, and that will kill you very fast, faster than a scav with a TAWS. But always make sure your hydration and energy are as full as they can be. So grab as much food as you can while you can. once again, taking a painkiller because I'm about to do something really risky. Oh, also, and I checked into the computer room to see if I could see anyone in there, just in case they were camping the sky bridge, in which I'm about to cross. Sky bridge is a 50-50 chance. It's pretty much like gambling. Either you make it across, or you get stopped by someone in the pool room, which I was just looking at, or you don't. You know, you get across and everything's all good. But it's always recommended that you free look over to your right when you're running across the sky bridge. Unless you're running the other way, then run to your left. But right here, this is, I believe it's 205 on the west side, second floor here. I open it up, just open the key. I thought I heard a little something, but the room seems to be clear. Nothing really too good to loot in here, but nonetheless, it's a good key if you want some meds. And yeah, it's good for low-level players, I'd say. Now I'm a little skeptical coming to west because I only have information on the east side, which might not even be valid anymore. So I'm over here on the west side, which I have no information on. Come straight up to the third floor. I always like to come up here. I noticed the glass was shot out, so that's a good thing. And then I open up 305 west. This is the home to 2 static scavs, or lazy boys. There's an M4 spawn. This is also a quest room. I checked these scavs. I don't believe I find anything too good, but they're always worth a search, like I said. Now this next room I'm about to go to, this is 301. As I say, ADS right there. This is the holy grail of rooms, other than the 226 on east. LEDX spawn, graphics card spawn, as we see here. Nice med spawn. But the one downside is that it's right across from the pool room in the admin office area. So yeah, right there where I'm looking, always got to peek it and see if I can see anything through the windows. Like I said, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you'll see a silhouette of a dude and you'll poop yourself a little bit. But there's no LEDX there. It spawns on the left side of that beige table with the computers on either side of it. There I am again, closing a door behind me just in case someone wants to follow up and see if they can unlock the door. Then they realize it's open. It scares them a little bit. So we're going to go on to investigate the west wing a little bit more. Yeah, one thing about the west wing is that you cannot go all the way across on the third floor, which makes it a little bit more difficult. It's a little bit more like a maze as opposed to the east side. I believe about right here I hear a really weird sound cue that makes me think someone's on the roof, but it turns out there's not. And then you hear a little bit of a gunfight in the background, so I'm just looking through a window. Not really the smartest thing if someone's sitting on the downhill over there, but I did it anyways. We made it through. So I'm just going to chill out here once again, taking a painkiller. Always want to have that advantage in case you fracture or break a leg. See, there I am thinking someone's on the roof, but I'm pretty sure there's not. But at the time I didn't know. Just checking behind me just in case someone was sneaking up. Good thing they weren't. Drop down the hole. This wipe, there's no noise when you drop down. Unfortunately, jump over the barbed wire. I just run into this room just in case someone was maybe watching the hallway. So that way I had a little bit of cover and an option to either get out or do something. There I am, jiggle peeking again. Very key once again. And this room is 216 west. This is a quest room as well. Good ammo spawn right there, 7N39, very valuable. Best AK round, a morphine, another grenade box, and yeah, I'm a little bit skeptical here. Still don't know if anyone's sneaking or slithering around. And, don't open that door. This is 220.
What the hell?
This is the 220 west. There's pretty good valuable spawns on that box in the corner right there. As I go to check, nothing there. Money spawn, 2 weapon crates as well. And I think I'm sending a text right here, so don't mind that. But so now we got to do some inventory management. So I'll let myself do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, so once we're all sorted out in our inventory, we got a little bit more space. We go over to 221 on the west side. Find our favorite stem right here, the STJ6 something. Go over here, check for the red key card on the little blue barrel. Not there, like usual. Find a box of BS and take some chocolate because it's a very good barter option. This 221 west room is very good because it's connected to 3 rooms, as you see here. The main room and then these 2 side rooms. I thought the slipper was something to loot. It's not. So at this point, I don't really care. As you see, I'm not shutting the doors or anything because I'm fairly confident that no one else is in the building with me. Here, I'm still walk around, see if I can gather any information, and nothing. So you're gonna see me go down here. Always remember what keys you have and you don't, because you'll pull something like I'm about to do here in a second and breach a door that can't open. You don't want that. You don't want that. So at this point, we've cleared out the whole resort. Unfortunately, not too many players inside, but we did it. We went through all the rooms successfully, and so we go out the back of west right now. Pop this stem because I got a bit of a walk ahead. See some scavs down there. Take a couple pop shots, but you know, the scav ninja ducked it if you didn't see that. So we're gonna go down here and take care of that little bastard. I'll also note that this little bus station area has some very good loot spawns. This guy is a little slow. Probably pooped himself a little bit from my shots earlier, but good loot can spawn on the floor. There also is a static scav right there, which I didn't check because I heard stuff going down at the power station, which I wasn't too worried about. I mean, I have a VSS, it's very close range, right? So why would I take a long range fight? Now this scav took a couple bullets. Always check inside this yellow bus. On the seat, very close to the front, there can be a like 800,000 ruble key right there. So always check. I like to take sprouts off of shotguns in case I find more flashlights that I can attach to it. You can hold on to 3 max. Drop it there because you always gotta have a space for a magazine in your rig. Otherwise, you'll drop it and then you'll forget and then you'll be mad. But here we are running out from the resort, going downhill. I'm gonna mess with our inventory a little bit here. So pretty much at this point, I'd say we are about home free, almost at the extract. It's probably about 400 meters out, maybe 5 at this point. So we're approaching the cottage area with the blue fences. I'm going to run into a box here for some reason, and then right there is a key spawn for an SUV, I believe. It's not really the best key spawn, but we're going to go ahead and jump this red fence into the cottage house here in a second, and we'll show you what's inside of there. So the key for this cottage is called the cottage key, believe it or not. It's a pretty good place, especially if you're more of a low tier level. It's a pretty cheap key. You go upstairs. There's 2 safes, a weapon stand, This safe requires a key, which we're unlocking here. I get pretty excited about it, and then you'll see what happens. Ooh, a full safe. Thanks, Nikita. I'll remember that one, man. So we're pretty set here. 18 minutes left in the raid. We have plenty of time to get out. So I'm going to show you guys a little trick here to get over the other cottage without really going outside of the fence. Jump in the car, jump on the roof, and I like to go into the back door. You know, just jiggle peek it really quick. There's no key on the key rack. Very good key can spawn there. Here I am popping another painkiller just in case. I see this entire place is opened up, so I get a little sketched out. Slow up a little bit, and at this point I kind of thought like player scout was going to be like sitting in a corner. Not the case. So we're just scoping it out, see if we see any movement along the ridge line or anything like that. I think it's pretty clear, so we'll run across, free look left to right as usual, just in case we miss someone if we were just looking straight ahead. And yeah, we're about to get out, boys. And at this point, we're coming up on a secret stash. It's a Jaeger stash. These are scattered all across every map, I believe. And they can have anything in it, kind of like a lazy scav, but a little bit better. This time we got pooped on. We got some duct tape and a lighter. But there's some shots going on over there. If I had something longer range, I would take it, like an M1A or a sniper potentially. But at this point, I have a really close range gun, and you know, you gotta pick your battles sometime, especially in this game. Tunnel extract. Just double checking no one's coming along the shoreline. 'Cause if so, they'd be dead. Check the yellow bus. That seat right there, one of the three I looked at. That can have a key spawn. That's very good as well. But here we are. We made it. Full raid. I just got to check up at the sniper perch. Just make sure no one's camping up there. But ladies and gentlemen, we got them. But that's all for me, guys. If you guys enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments. Leave a like and let me know what I could do better, what I missed, and subscribe if you guys haven't already. And thank you guys for your time. Hopefully you learned something. And I will catch you in the next video. Peace.